All right, guys, IWI Masada, 9 mil, here we go. Have a little fun here. Look at that, stoppage. Failure to eject. All right, let's keep going. Doesn't instill a lot of faith so far. All right, that was a Federal 124 grain round that had our failure to extract. It's kind of odd. I don't see anything weird on the brass. Let's move on, guys. We're going to keep shooting. All right. Didn't feel that slide go to the rear. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888, and today we're going to be checking out the IWI Masada. You know, there's been a heck of a lot of press and videos and pictures and all kind of cool things floating around about this particular pistol, and I was always intrigued by it from day one. So we got one from Big Daddy Unlimited to check out, and I was at the Big Daddy Unlimited shoot not too long ago, and I got a chance to put one of these in my hands and shoot it. And when they told me about the MSRP, I'm like, wow, man, that's a great MSRP, you know, in terms of an IWI product for one, but then just the fact that, you know, they're getting in the polymer handgun market and everything like that, which, you know, it seems like everybody is now. The price point that these things come in at is pretty solid, right? So I thought, hey, we really got to check one of these out. The cool thing about it too is that it seems like the kind of rolling change that manufacturers are doing with polymer frame handguns, really any kind of carry gun, it just seems like everybody's doing the RMR cut now. So that's cool. This gun does come cut for RMR right from the factory, which is nice, okay? It has all the mounting hardware and everything in the box. It does have interchangeable back straps. I opted for the small back strap. I just found that it fit my hand real nice, and you could really get a good purchase on the pistol with the smaller back strap, but you do get 3 sets of back straps. It is a completely ambidextrous pistol, relatively. You've got a ambi mag release that you don't have to change nothing. It works from either side, as well as an ambi slide stop. The takedown and disassembly is very, very similar to the M&P series of pistols. You just got a little lever that swings down. Obviously, you ride the slide shut, release the striker, and the pistol comes apart. The frame is very rigid. Okay, despite the construction style, it is a pretty rigid frame. You've got a rail section there that's kind of nice, and you've got a nice grip texture that's not overly bearing, but you know, definitely a grip texture that you can get your hands around it and hold on to it. You've got rearward and forward opposed cocking serrations. It is your typical lock breech gun with a you know, very similar system to just about any other type of semi-automatic pistol. And from what I was told, they're really cranking these things out. IWI is making a ton of these pistols, and they've been out there and they're pretty prevalent. So it's not like with a new IWI product, sometimes they can be kind of hard to get for a while before they catch back up, or in like cases of some of the Tavors and other, you know, oddball designs that they've got, sometimes they can be difficult to get for a while because they sell out so quick. But everywhere I've been, it just seems like these things are in stock. So they really are making a ton of these pistols. All right, we're gonna keep shooting it. All right, this is more of the Federal 124 grain. I really wanna hope that that was a fluke of a problem, maybe just with the ammunition. We just got done shooting another video where we used the same lot of ammo and we didn't have a problem. But we're gonna keep shooting, and we are gonna test this with a wide variety of different brands of ammunition, different bullet weights. We're gonna test hollow points. And one thing I wanna mention right out the gate on this pistol, the sights are regulated about, at 20 yards, the sights are hitting almost 8 inches low. All right, so the gun does not shoot to point of aim right out of the box, and there's really no way to correct that either without getting a I guess it would be a shorter front sight post or taller. Taller. I always have to do like, I always have to do the math in my head and think like, all right, wait a minute. So let's see. A taller front sight post would bring the point of impact down. It needs a shorter front sight post, because if I bring the front sight post down, that means that I've got to bring the pistol up, and that brings the point of impact up. Always got to do that like sight math in my head. But the pistol is regulated about 8 inches low at 20. At combat distance, 10 yards, it's grouping about 4 inches low. Just something to note. I don't know if they're all like that, but this one is. Okay? Let's give it a shot here. The trigger breaks nice and clean. The reset is a little bit on the long side, and the gun that we just shot had a really short, tiny little reset on it, so I'm catching myself like healing with this thing left and right because I'm used to shooting that short reset, but let's check it out some. Fantastic, fantastic. The trigger does break nice and smooth. It's got a super, super, super nice trigger in terms of the break. Like I said, that on that, you know, the striker's down right now. If I reset it, I mean, you got to go forward a good bit to get that reset. So like, you know, some people like to really shoot off that reset a lot, but you do have to move forward a good bit with that trigger to get it to reset. It can make rapid fire a little bit more challenging. I mean, it's just like any other handgun. You got to get used to it, you know, but not bad. Hopefully that initial fluke there, maybe it was just a minor fluke, but not bad. Fantastic. Other than printing a little bit low, shooting generally about where I'm looking. Chad and I both test fired this pistol just prior to this video, and we found that it was hitting slightly low and left for both of us. So I know it's not something I'm doing. It's definitely exhibiting itself with multiple shooters. There is a loaded chamber indicator on this pistol. When there's a round in the chamber, the extractor claw will pop out a little bit, and you'll see obviously some red paint on there that lets you know that it has a loaded chamber. The overall profile of the pistol is very comfortable. The bore axis is great. It's a very comfortable pistol just to hold and point and shoot. It's a very natural feeling pistol. You know, when you pick it up, it's very familiar. And it's, you know, if you're an M&P or Glock kind of guy, this is certainly the kind of gun that you can pick right up and have no problem with in terms of the way it feels and the overall function. I will say that the sights, I probably prefer these sights out of the box over a standard set of like Glock sights, but I would put these sights probably on par with like a good set of just regular old 3-dot M&P sights, which for a pistol in this price range makes sense, but most M&Ps aren't cut for a slide rider either. So this is a great way to be able to have a slide riding capable pistol in terms of being able to put an optic on it without having to have a ton of money. These things are like 419 bucks, which is, you know, pretty fair price. All right, we're gonna move up to the Norma Hexagon. This is some match grade pistol ammunition from Norma. And then we're gonna shoot some Envy. Then we're gonna get into some carry loads here. Other than printing low, boys and girls, not bad. All right. I mean, oh yeah, for a defensive unit, very accurate, I mean, I like it in terms of the accuracy. Very cool. I know I was talking to Tim at Military Arms Channel, and he seemed to have a very strong affinity for this pistol. And I can see why. It's definitely neat. I'm hoping that initial issue was just maybe an ammo fluke. I'm going to chalk it up to that, but we're going to keep shooting. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I need a fresh spring on my gopher. He's not really popping back up, so because his angle is so far back, I'm not going to try and engage him anymore. I don't want a bullet like skipping off. So we're going to retire that gopher target for the rest of the video here. All right. I nicked the edge of that target trying to get into that group there. All right, Norma Envy. This is the pistol caliber carbine optimized match grade load from Norma, but we'd like to shoot it in handguns too because reasons. All right, very cool. No idea where it's going at long range because these sights are so far off in terms of shooting so low. Not sure. Maybe I'll try aiming a little bit higher. We're kind of outside of the bounds of what handguns are really meant to do, but sometimes it's fun to shoot them long range. Oh yeah. That joker is shooting like 2 feet low at 75 yards. Well, that's okay. I'm not sure if that's just a fluke or maybe that's just how this pistol came together or if that's how they all do. Maybe I'll give Tim a ring later and ask him, you know, if he's seen any issues like that with his. All right, and there's really no way to adjust the sights. So that's important for a sight to be, a pistol to be regulated out of the factory, ready to go. All right. I got a little gonzo there, that's okay. Okay, we were resetting the range here a minute ago and Chad brought up a really good point. He was like, hey, you know, the gun might not be sighted in low, it may just be sighted in for really hot ammunition. That could be the case, you know, I'm not gonna discount that fact, but he's right. You know, the hotter ammunition generally is gonna shoot higher. So maybe they've got this thing sighted in for like some nuclear level 9mm that maybe I don't have access to here. We are going to continue the test. We're going to run some Spear G2 147 grain gold dot. All right, so this ammo I would imagine is still going to shoot low. I don't have anything super fast. Now look, if that Norma carbine load, that's some hot ammo, and if that stuff wasn't shooting to point of aim, I can't imagine what will. Just a thought. All right, 147 grain gold dot. Oh yeah, for a defensive unit, we're good. And this is a full-size handgun, in case I didn't mention it before. And I do like it. It is kind of like a no frills, no bullcrap gun design. You know what I mean? No frills, just basic working man's gun with a slide rider cut. Reminds me a lot of an M&P, really does. All right. Yep, printing a little low, but all in all, not bad. That was a G2 gold dot. This ammo is a little bit pricey, But anytime I'm out and about, I try to pick up a bit of the Spear ammo, because I know some folks like Spear as opposed to some of the federal offerings, which I guess technically we're not going to split hairs here, but I think it's like the same people own Spear and federal. But I know some folks are like die-hard Spear guys, and some guys are die-hard HST guys. All right, here's some 124 grain hollow point HST, obviously, tactical, 50 round box. Let's give it a shot here. This is standard pressure 124. Gonna give it a shot here, see how it does. Man, fantastic accuracy out of that federal ammo there, which I'm kind of an HST man. I like the 124 grain plus P. Great load for personal defense, you know, really anything. And man, very accurate. And those 147s are pretty accurate too, the Spears there. All right, and the gun is printing low, about 4 inches. All right, we're gonna try this plate over here. Yeah, so I'm aiming at the bolt over there, okay? And those rounds are hitting about 8 inches low and about a couple inches to the left. Now, I didn't try regulating these sights right out of the box, but I thought it would be, you know, kind of cool just to see what a gun does when it comes right out of the box. And generally speaking, when we take these guns out, we like to see exactly what they're gonna do out of the box. We don't wanna change anything because we wanna get an idea of what the consumer is gonna go through when they pick the gun up and shoot it for the first time. So, well, I recognize here that we have neglected our sodas, so we can't have that. They're just hanging there in the breeze, minding their own business. I got some 147 grain Spear. Let's lob some defensive ammo here at these sodas. See if I can hit them. All right, Popper. Heck yeah, we can deal with that, boys and girls. All right, Gecko 115 grain, full metal jacket. We're just trying to run a lot of ammo here for you guys. Different brands, different bullet weights. Trying to get an idea if we can make this thing stop anymore. Maybe that one federal round was just a fluke, who knows? Or maybe this thing just ain't been broke in yet. You know, that was kind of right out of the box. All right, let's keep shooting. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away there. But man, I mean, now granted, that group's kind of all over the place because I was just rapid firing there, but it still is cool to know that the gun, you know, in rapid fire, especially at defensive ranges, every single one of those rounds would have definitely ruined an assailant, you know, ruined their day, okay? I haven't had a chance to really check this pistol out with a slide rider, and you know, I guess I need to get a couple of slide riding sights that can just sort of be a musical chair style sight that I can move around on different guns and stuff. But the issue starts becoming that I get a gun set up with a slide rider or whatever, and I get it set up the way I like it, and then all of a sudden we run into another handgun that we need to put one on. So anyway, I will probably eventually throw one on this thing and check it out. But you know, I like this gun. It's really not a terrible pistol. I wish the sights were a little bit better regulated, but the action is very, very smooth. It's got a nice, you know, fitment of the slide to the frame. You know, just everything just feels great. You know, it's got a nice trigger. The reset is a little long, like I mentioned, but not bad. Okay, let's keep shooting. Heck yeah. Okay. Now, I've only got 2 mags, guys. Sorry, I've got John and Chad helping me load mags. It's always nice to have a magazine fairy, okay? You know, they just drop out of the sky and they wave the little magic wand, and I have loaded mags. I turn in empty mags and I receive loaded magazines. You know, like I said before, I'll just kind of reiterate it here one more time. I like the fact that it's just kind of a simple pistol, right? There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles. There's not a lot of crazy Gucci Glock looking kind of cuts all over it. You know, there's not a bunch of crazy work on the frame. It's just a good bare bones gun that's got all the features that most shooters request, and then none of the features that people don't want, right? Now, I'm not sure on the aftermarket end what's really out here for this thing just yet. I'm sure that there'll be companies, you know, cutting sights for these things. In fact, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but if I had to guess, they probably use some type of a sight for this pistol that is probably a sight that's already in use. I would imagine you can probably get night sights no problem. That slot there looks like it, you know, would probably be a sight that's already compatible. I'm going to guess that, though. I don't know off the top of my head, but don't worry. Chad, the editing guru, will probably let you know. Okay, anyway, we're going to take a few more shots. This is Fiocchi 115 grain. Take a couple of more mags through this gun. I think you guys get the idea. Not a bad gun. And I think it's cool that IWI is making something like this. I know a lot of folks are digging them, so really neat. That joker is shooting low as crap, man. We're good, John. This is the last mag. I mean, at 20 yards, it's definitely very, very low. It's like 8 inches low. All right, I know I'm not healing the gun or anything. It's not me. It's the sighting on the gun. All right. You gotta have a little fun, right? A little rapid fire. Good stuff. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. We really like these videos to just be a good first look at this gun. You know, we take it out of the box. We don't do anything to it. We take you guys along for the journey. We feel that that's very important, right? Because sometimes little gremlins or flukes can, you know, work themselves out in the first 400 or 500 rounds out of a gun. So we'd like to take these things out and put at least, you know, 6 or 8, you know, 8 or 10 boxes of ammo through them just to see what's going on. And that way you guys can kind of go along with us, and we try to look at this from the perspective of the consumer who's bought a gun, and you're going out and, you know, your first impression is going to be what it's going to be, right? And I feel that when you take a pistol out of the box, you know, those first shots are going to leave a pretty strong impression, right? And like in the first mag, I have a stoppage, a failure to eject, or a failure to extract and eject. That cartridge acted like it wanted to get stuck in the chamber. Now I'm going to chalk that up to maybe there was some preservatives on this thing that I didn't get off of it. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. So I'll end this video by saying, before you take your gun out of the box and shoot it, you make sure you run a bore snake through, pull the barrel out, and if there's any preservatives or oil in the gun from the factory, that's probably something you want to make sure is out of the barrel. And I don't remember if we swabbed this one out or not. So that, and I'm just trying to think in my mind, like what could have caused that. So sometimes if you have oil, especially in the chamber of a firearm, you know, you can get rough extraction, you know, because that cartridge expands against that oil, could cause an issue, right? So you don't ever want to oil your chamber. So just remember, when you're dealing with firearms right out of the box, always remove all the factory preservatives from the pistol. I'm not going to say that's what we did or didn't do, but I'm just trying to, in my mind, think what could have caused that one issue, because it didn't do it the rest of the day. So I'm assuming that it had to have been something that we did or something we didn't do. So in my mind, I'm always thinking like that has to be, you know, what it is. Anyway, cool pistol. Nice working man's gun at a working man's price. I like it. Guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate all of you, all the folks who support us on Patreon, those of you who purchase man cans over on the website, those of you who purchase t-shirts over on Ballistic Ink. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. If you like what we do and you wish to support us directly, those are the most direct ways you can do so. Go over there and check it out. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you next time.